This is the final showing of the Christmas lights in the house, the inside that I'm showing. Um, most of these are in the bedroom. There's a couple vintage pieces, and I'm excited to show it. I have no idea what number the videos are going to be uploaded in, outside first or inside first, but yeah. So let's begin. You already saw the lights around the door, the entryway into the room. I didn't talk during that because it's late and people are sleeping, so. Let's begin with the main piece here, which is the Christmas tree. This is a tree star that I purchased when I was young. It's getting pretty old. The bulbs are getting pretty old, and I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm surprised they're all still working. Never done anything to this, but it really looks kind of neat. I like it. I remember picking it out at Target, and I got it for a little tree I had at the time, and so I used it on that for a few years, and then one day I went over to my grandparents' house, and their neighbors were having a garage sale, and at that garage sale was this Christmas tree. So I was like, I think I was younger than 10 at the time, but I was older than 7, I think, somewhere around there. And I went over and I was like, how much do you want for the Christmas tree? And they're like, well, nobody really seems to want to buy a Christmas tree right now, so we weren't gonna sell it for anything. And they're like, you could trade us, like, I think we were over for some family dinner. I'm not sure what it was. It was not Christmas, and it wasn't Thanksgiving. It must have been Easter or something. Anyways, we had pumpkin pie, and I ended up trading them a slice of pumpkin pie for the Christmas tree. And I don't even remember what the context, well, what was said, I guess. But so I traded them this tree for the tree, and they said, do you want white or colored lights to go with it? And at the time, we had a white tree, and I'd never had a colored Christmas tree in my life, so I was like, no, let's do the colored lights. And they're like, okay. So they gave me 2 strands of 150 lights, which adds to 300, and the tree. So this is the tree I've used in my bedroom for years, and I really like it. It's got pine cones and stuff on it, and so the set on this half, it's actually only got 200 lights on it this year, because this upper set, about that much of the tree, is 150 lights, one of the original sets that they gave me. The other one, well, they both experienced failures at one point, and I was able to repair this one with the bulbs that I had left. The other one I'm currently repairing, and I had to replace every single bulb in it to get it working again. And this is just a set of 50 here at the bottom, which is also pretty old. Or I guess it's pretty worn. These lights are all pretty faded, but they're the original, at least most of them are, so I decided to use them again this year. So that's the Christmas tree. People have probably already stopped watching the video at this point, so let's move on. Up on the wall here, I have 3 old sets of 7 C7 OPAG Christmas lights. I picked these up at an antique store that was closing, and they had a huge sale. They were trying to get rid of all the stuff because they said they were just going to have to throw it all away if they couldn't sell it. So I ended up getting 4 strands. There's only 3 on the wall here, for $1. Sweet deal. So 4 strands of lights for $1. And this one does not have the original plug, but it came with this, I guess would have been an extension cord put on there. So I have that hooked up to another extension cord, which then in turn plugs into a dimmer switch, which I have over there. Anyways, so that goes around there, and those go all the way around the room. There's our connection point. And something that's pretty interesting is this set has the original UL sticker or tag. Hold on a minute. It's getting really warm in here. I'm gonna shut this heater off. Back to the tag. This is what it looks like. This was an indoor set. And there's nothing on the back there. And then while we're up here, this is a wreath that was my great-grandmother's. It's not that old, but she used it. And then when she passed, this is one of the few decorations she had in her little apartment, if you will, and I was able to grab that. So that's a nice little memory. Anyways, back to the lights. They follow the, I don't know what you'd call this, roof line edge of the room. They go around. Up over the window here, and then around the edge. And then this set over here is not the red and green wire. This is cloth. You can kind of see where it switches over to the cloth wiring, and it has the little wooden balls at each of the lights. That one isn't doing too hot with the paint anymore, but it still works, so I use it. Yeah, pretty neat sets. And then it stops. None of these are fused. We also have this Let It Snow thing. I don't know where that came from. I just found it in the basement, and yeah, okay. In the window, I have a 3-light candelabra, which is on a dimmer control as well. I'll demonstrate that because everybody wants to see a light dimmed. Wow. These are 7 watts a piece. In the past, I've used 5 watts, and these originally came with 7, so I decided to put 7 in, but it's actually a little brighter than I've been used to for the past few years, so I couldn't sleep with it, so I put it on a dimmer. I don't know, kind of contradicts the purpose, but whatever. Over here on this table, I have a modern candle with a vintage bulb in it. It's green. It looks kind of weird on the camera. So there's that. Up on the desk here, I have these battery powered lights that I made a video of that I strung up along the desk. And then I also have this candelabra, which is made to look vintage, but it's not. So yeah, there's that. Over here on this table, I have a vintage, this one is actually vintage, candle that I found a while back at an antique store. Got this Christmas tree from my aunt and uncle a couple years ago. It is LED, but I happen to really like it. It's got berries and pine cones and stuff on it. And then this candle my grandmother gave me. And the nativity set, which my aunt and uncle also gave me. Over here, we have these 2 bow molds that I received today for Christmas. That Noel one works, I just don't have it hooked up yet. It needs to be restored and stuff. They both need cleaned up, but this one's on. Really like both of these things. So those are pretty cool. Over here, I have this stocking, which my grandma made for my dad when he was little. I believe that's what I've been told. And it looks funny on the video, but it's red. And then got the Santa with the wreath and the tree. And then around the bulletin board, which I'm not going to show what's on the bulletin board because I don't want to show what's on the bulletin board. I have these LED strip lights, which usually I don't like, but I just had a short strand of them, so I decided to put them around the bulletin board. I also have this poinsettia that I think I made many years ago in school, and it's not really in the best condition anymore, but whatever. And then I already showed the outside of that door. On the chest of drawers here, we have a ceramic tree, which is not an actual vintage one. It's a replica. Best Choice Projects, I believe, is the branding on this one. Not that it matters. Yeah, it looks like the old ones did, as far as I can tell. The old ones are so expensive on eBay and stuff, and I don't really see them around here, so I got this for Christmas 2 years ago, I believe. Yeah, it looks nice. Lastly, over in the vanity area, I have a red and green night light that I've just plugged into this outlet. And, you know, it's a nice little thing. And then lastly, this snowman towel. That is all for the lights up here in the house. So thank you for watching, and have a Merry Christmas.